All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to build your essential English toolkit for the digital world. I mean, we're talking about the exact words you need to really navigate all this tech with total confidence. So, let me ask you this. Do you ever feel like you're missing the right words when you're talking about technology and English? From your phone to your laptop, or when you hear about cybersecurity and AI? Well, this whole digital world, it kind of runs on its own special vocabulary. And having those words, it's not just useful, it's absolutely essential. Okay, so here's our game plan. First up, hardware and gadgets. Then we'll get into digital actions and verbs. After that, a super important one, cybersecurity essentials. And we'll wrap it all up with a look at the future with AI and maker culture. Let's go. All right, section 1, hardware and gadgets. We're starting with the basics, the physical stuff we can actually touch and use. These are the tools that open up the door to, well, everything else. And what's the first thing you think of? The screen, right? It's our main window into that digital world. I mean, everything happens on the screen. And let's be honest, we've all had those days where our eyes feel like we've been looking at one for way too long. Now, if you want to sound really natural, you've got to know the words that go with screen. We call these collocations. So you wouldn't just say screen all the time. You'd say touch screen for your phone, or talk about the screen resolution, how sharp the picture is, or maybe a flat screen TV. And here's a great example of how this tech talk bleeds into our everyday slang. The phrase, glued to the screen. I love this one. It means someone is just completely absorbed, totally lost in what they're watching. It paints a perfect picture, doesn't it? Oh, the battery. The heart and soul of our portable gadgets, right? And maybe the source of a little bit of anxiety, too. I mean, we've all been there. Your phone is about to die right in the middle of something important. That feeling is just the worst. And this is where it gets really cool. This tech term has jumped over to describe us. When you need a break, what do? You recharge your batteries. It's such a perfect metaphor for taking some time to rest and get your energy back. Okay, so we've got the hardware. Now let's talk about what we actually do with it. This next section is all about the actions, the verbs that make technology work for us. All right, two of the big ones, to upload and to download. They're total opposites. When you upload something, you're sending it from your computer to the internet, like a photo to social media. And when you download something, you're pulling it from the internet to your computer, like a movie or a file. And here's another pair of opposites that are super straightforward. You plug in your phone to charge it, and when it's full, you unplug it. Simple as that, connecting and disconnecting from power. But check this out. That simple action gives us a really powerful idiom, to pull the plug. This means stopping something completely, usually a project that's failing. It's like you're cutting off its power source, its life support. It's a very final thing to do. Okay, let's shift gears to something that is absolutely critical, cybersecurity essentials. And listen, this isn't just about knowing the right words. This is about keeping yourself safe online. And where does safety start? With your password. It's your digital front door lock. And seriously, the advice you see here is key. Use a strong password. Mix it up with numbers and symbols. Don't make it easy for anyone trying to get in. So what are we trying to avoid? A scam. That's just a fancy word for an online trick or a fraud. And the example here, that email saying you've won the lottery, that's a classic. Just remember the golden rule. If something seems way too good to be true, it's almost definitely a scam. So what happens if something goes wrong? How do you protect your important files? One word, backup. A backup is just a safety copy of your stuff. And for things you can't live without, like your photos or important documents, making a backup isn't just a good idea, it's essential. Now, let's talk about a really sneaky kind of scam called phishing. This is where a scammer will send you an email that looks like it's from a company you trust, like your bank or Amazon. They're phishing for your personal info. Their whole goal is to trick you into handing over your password or your credit card number. So always be skeptical of emails asking for that kind of stuff. All right, for our last section, we're going to look ahead. To the future, really. We're talking about the words you need for creation, for innovation, for things like artificial intelligence and the whole maker culture. So AI, artificial intelligence, it's a term that's thrown around everywhere these days. But what is it really? Well, simply put, it's about teaching machines to learn and solve problems on their own. Think about real-time language translation. That's AI at work. It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
And even though AI can sound super complicated, we have a perfect English idiom for things that aren't as difficult as they seem. We say it's not rocket science. So if you're trying to help a friend with a new app, you could say, "Don't worry, you'll get it. It's not rocket science."
So how do you talk to an AI? You give it a prompt. A prompt is just your instruction, and getting good at it is a real skill. It's like a back and forth conversation. You have to be clear about your goal, give it a specific instruction, that's the prompt, see what it comes up with, and then tweak your prompt to get it even better. It's a process.
Now, in the world of inventors and creators, the word prototype is king. What is it? It's your first working model. It's the thing you build to see if your crazy idea actually works. So before a company makes thousands of new drones, you can bet they built a prototype first to test it out. And what if that prototype, what if it crashes and burns? It happens. That's when you have to go back to the drawing board. This fantastic idiom just means, okay, that didn't work. Let's start over from scratch. And honestly, that's where all the real innovation happens. So there you have it. We've gone from the hardware in your hand to the verbs you use, from staying safe online all the way to the future of AI. You now have that core vocabulary, that essential toolkit. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build, create, or say with it?